One of the initiatives that Leggett & Platt did over the last couple of years was trying to expand our footprint and who we engage with and where we obtain our candidates from. Well, through the course of expanding that, variety or list of options, we always relied on the Missouri Job Center. But we had an opportunity because we met Travis, who's a representative for the Missouri Job Center that handles the veteran side of things. And Travis kind of told us at one of the career events about the program, kind of an overview of what it consists of and what the potentials are. And once we heard about it from day one, we were interested. We wanted to partner and see where it took us. Well, we actually share our positionings and our needs with the Job Center. So therefore, Travis had a full copy of what we needed, what we were looking for, so he could target candidates based on who applied at his location that maybe fit some of our criteria or at least had a little bit of the foundation that we needed that we could build on. Travis ultimately is the one that found our candidate. He found Seth for us. And when he brought Seth to us and we were able to look into his background and see all of these skills and technical abilities that he already possessed, we decided this was it. This was our trial. We're going to utilize this particular veteran, we're going to put him through the program, and we're going to see how it turns out in the end.
I was in the Air Force for 7 years as an avionics technician. So I worked on all the electrical systems, troubleshooting, replacing parts, getting the aircraft ready for flight and recovering the aircraft after the flight. Transitioning out of the Air Force, I didn't really have a job lined up. I was kind of relying on my skills and my background to essentially help me. I had some interviews, thought the interviews went pretty well. Some of them told me that I just didn't have the experience in a specific thing that they were looking for. Trying to match up my skill set with some of those jobs was kind of difficult. Right after getting out of the service, not being able to find something with my skill set, I basically just had to kind of hop into something I had no experience with and just try to make it work for the sake of providing for my family. After that third job I had not working out, I kind of applied at other jobs online, tried to find where I could fit in a little bit better, where my skill set could convert a little better. After not really having any luck, after applying for jobs, again after my third job, after not really kind of having any luck from that still, after the rep at the Job Center kind of helped market me as an asset to a company. So after being informed by Leggett & Platt that I had some of the skills that they were looking for, but not all of the qualifications that they were needing, I found out from the Job Center there was a program to essentially help me to be able to move into a position that I wasn't completely qualified for. The name of the program was Show Me Heroes. You have some of your skills as a background to go off of, but also to be able to get some on-the-job training and to be able to learn the skills needed for that job and to kind of prepare yourself to be qualified in the sense that the company was looking for.
We had received Seth's resume, and both Christina and I reviewed it, thought he was a great fit for the company. We shared it with the hiring manager, and from that point we set up the interview. Christina, I, and the hiring manager, Jason Banta, spoke with Seth at that time, described the position to him and everything. I also took Seth out on the floor. We did a tour of the facility, giving him the opportunity to see what types of machines that we run out on our floor, the different robots that he would be working with in the systems. And then have continued to work with him to make sure that he received the training that he needed, working in conjunction with Ken Schramm, who is his lead.
We were needing another technician, a controls tech, and so she had suggested that there'd be a good opportunity to hire him in with some of his background skills in electronics, and that he might be a good fit for our group.
Well, I interviewed him and I hired him, and based on his resume and our conversations, I thought he would be a good fit for our controls department. We took part in the Show Me Heroes program so we could hire him and train him on the job. What we do here is so unique that getting training outside the four walls of this building is very difficult. We brought him in under the Show Me Heroes program and was able to put him with a more experienced controls individual, and he spent 90 days training with that person alongside learning PLC programming, robot manipulation and training, and machine vision, and setting up machines after changeover, that kind of thing. And was able to grasp the concepts enough that he, at the end of 90 days, we recognized his potential and said, "You're here for full time, and we're glad to have you."
A lot of the vision portion of the job, he didn't have those skills, and that's where it required quite a bit of video training for the different vision control programs. And then he did a lot of hands-on as well. He was very willing to take on new responsibilities. He was open to any type of training that we wanted to push his way. He never complained about any of the different assignments that we wanted to give to him. He was always willing to go out and try to tackle new projects on his own without standing over him with, close supervision.
After having the opportunity be able to use the Show Me Heroes program and go through OJT, or on-the-job training, I was pretty nervous going into the position, not having all the qualifications needed, having to learn a lot of things that I didn't know prior. The on-the-job training that I had was fun, but yet very technical in a sense, that you had to pay attention to what was going on. So after being given an opportunity from Leggett & Platt to be able to further my skills and knowledge for the job that they were looking to fill, I felt very relieved in the sense that I felt like I had a shot at getting into something that I wanted to do, but also being able to make what I wanted to be able to provide for my family. The training that I had received through the Show Me Heroes program, kind of working for Leggett & Platt and having some on-the-job training, I was able to acquire the skills that I didn't necessarily have prior to working for them, to be able to fill the position that I had been given after acquiring those skills.
It was actually super easy to set up the whole process. We interviewed Seth just like a regular candidate. We had an application that the Job Center provided to us. He came in, we met, we went through the tour as we do any candidate off the street. We discussed his background and what he was looking for. We explained what we were looking for. I mean, nothing really changed through the hiring process with the exception of the clause of he's going to be a part of this Show Me Heroes program, which means we have an extra partner that's going to participate through the process. Anybody you hire off the street, right out of school, 20 years experience, they step into this plant, it's a whole world change for them. Nobody's going to walk in and know right off the bat how to do everything. Everybody involves training, right? So we were fully prepared to train Seth. Just so happens the program's a 6-month training program, so it fit perfect with what we were looking for. We knew we needed time to teach, we needed time to develop, we needed time to get him where he needed to be. They were willing to back us through the whole process.
They provided all of the paperwork. We had a few files that we had to pull up, but it was something that we kept records of anyway. So I reported to the Show Me Heroes program on a regular basis, giving them all of his hours, how much he was paying, and his progression with the company. So we normally do an evaluation of our employees. We shared the evaluation that we normally did on ourselves with them as well, so they could see how he was progressing. Any employer that's looking into bringing in a veteran, there's no chance with this program. They helped us to take an individual that was ready to train and grow with the company and give us the skills to help them and help us financially to do so. So Seth is a regular employee here, and he continues to grow, and he's a great employee for the company. To see the changes that he's made, he progressed very quickly with the company. He absorbed everything very quickly.
He's actually wanting to be here and learn new things. And in this particular job, in the controls area, everything here is always a learning experience. There's always something new to learn.
And that's one thing that I really like about people that come out of the military is their attention to detail. One thing that I usually see, again, from military background is reliability and dependability. Seth is always there. He shows up every day on time, and he's expecting to work. You don't have to lead him around by the nose. He's looking for stuff to do.
And when a veteran comes in here, and Seth in particular, he was fantastic. He knew that I'm going to go through this program because at the end, I'm going to be certified in this, I'm going to know this, I'm going to have this. He knew what he was going to get out of it, as well as the job security that he was going to gain from it. And historically, any veteran that walks in here has just this wonderful ability to stay focused, take direction well, own, you know, whatever it is they're doing. If it's I'm learning this, I'm going to learn it from beginning to finish, and I'm going to know it by the end. It's the reliability and what they bring to the table. They're traits I wish we could put in every single employee that we have, because our veterans are the ones who stick it out for the long run. The great thing about the Show Me Hero program was, instead of me sitting and going through a million different applicants trying to find the one that fit the program, our partner did that for us. Travis stepped into that role on behalf of the Job Center, and he said, hey, I've got one I want you to look at. Let me bring him over, right? So that partnership saved us a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it brought a elite group of individuals for us to look through. And he brought them in. He saved us all that hassle and made it super easy on us, because then it was just a matter of, okay, does he fit? Fantastic, let's see where we go from here.
Working with veterans are great. They have all of the soft skills that one looks for in an employee. They have a lot of the great hard skills that we need as well in HR. And to have an employee that has all of those soft skills, is trainable, and can receive all of that knowledge quickly, without hesitation, you can't ask for anything more in a regular employee.
So the Show Me Heroes program was a no-risk opportunity for us. It was kind of a no-brainer, right? Travis brings us a great candidate. If we're willing to invest the time, which if we're going to hire somebody off the street with zero experience, zero technical background, and we're going to have to train them for a minimum of 6 months to a year anyway, why not take the risk to train somebody who already has a really great foundation and then get some ROI at the end, right? The way the Show Me Hero program works is it's a 6 months program. No risk up front, but if this individual works and they hit their milestones and they progressively continue to increase and develop and be a contributor to the team, by the end, whatever we've invested in them, time, money, effort, energy, we get it back. You know, there are no programs out there that say, hey, we're going to give you a kickback for taking a risk on somebody who's really worth it and it's going to turn out to be a fantastic member of your team. Honestly, it's because Travis took the time to say, hey, Christina, I've got this candidate for you. I'd really like you to look at him because I think this might be a perfect fit for our trial on the Show Me Hero program and Leggett & Platt to come together and reap some great rewards in the long run. Seth has a ton of opportunities ahead of him. He's just getting started. You know, he's mastered the fundamentals. Now it's, let's take him to the next level. What's the next course we want him to learn? What level of PLC programming do we want him to be involved in next? Does he want to handle the Halcom, the vision systems? Does he want to start doing our robots for us? You know, so the way we are here at our branch is there's no limit to what employees can learn. We have a lot of programs that we partner with, Show Me Heroes being one of them, some of the grant-funded programs benefiting with the Missouri Workforce Development. There's just so many things that we are now partnering in that we're going to utilize those. So those are now available to Seth, and he can take advantage and sign up for training courses and development courses that there's no limit to. I would highly recommend they take the risk, because you don't know what you don't know, right? Until you try it, you will never know if it's going to fit. And with as many options and opportunities and as diverse as we are as a company, there's no reason not to take one shot, try it once and see if it works. If it doesn't, you're really not out anything. We tried to develop an individual. We tried to see if they fit. If they fit, fantastic. But if they don't, you part ways and you start again, right? So there is no risk involved in partnering with a program that could potentially take a veteran who's already served their time and done more than their fair share for this entire country, but to take a risk and say, hey, maybe we can work together. Let's see what we can do.